Hey guys, Jono here, and today I'm going to show you a really easy technique to be able to shoot in sunlight with the Sony Alpha camera and get rid of all those harsh shadows. So let's roll on the intro and crack on with the video. So if you're anything like me and you have the Mark I A7S, when you stick your camera into S-Log2, your minimum ISO suddenly jumps up to 3200, which can be really difficult to work with in any kind of bright situation. Well, to be honest, as soon as you take the camera outside, most of your shots are going to be overexposed unless you use an ND. But what I'm going to show you is a simple little technique using a 5-in-1 reflector that can make this shot with those harsh shadows look like this. Notice how all those harsh shadows have disappeared and we're left with a nice soft looking image that's really pleasing on the eye. Now all we need for this is a 5-in-1 reflector, which you can pick these up pretty cheap on Amazon. I think when I got mine it was around 20 to 30 pounds, and it's something that never leaves my kit bag. It's always with me and I'm always finding a use for it. So if you don't have one, I would highly recommend purchasing one. But if you don't have one, for the purpose of this video, you could use a thin white sheet. That would give the same effect, or you could even use a shower curtain, as long as it hasn't got a pattern on it. Those will work just as well. Also, depending on the type of shot that you're doing, you may actually need a big diffusion panel. Now you quite often see crews having these on set when they're on location, and they're those big white frames that are kind of standing up on a C-stand, and they're diffusing, you know, crowds of people. Now, because we're only shooting a shot of just one person, this little 5-in-1 reflector, I'm pointing off frame because it's kind of there using as a negative fill, but we're just going to use that today because that is all we're going to need to diffuse our talent. All you need to do is take the sleeve off the 5-in-1 reflector. This should leave you with the nice white diffusion panel, and then you can just mount this up on a light stand or a C stand, kind of whatever you have lying around, and just put that in front of the sun, not quite literally, but you know, the sun that's beating down onto your talent. Kind of place that so it's diffusing that light that's coming on and hitting your talent, and that will get rid of all those harsh shadows and give you that nice soft even look. Now I did still have to use some ND on this shot just to bring that exposure down a little bit more. You may not need it for every shot, but to be honest, when I'm shooting with the A7S outside, there's pretty much never a time when I'm not using ND. But that's it guys, that is all it takes to take your footage from looking like this, something with harsh shadows and clipped highlights to the face, to something like this, a nice soft lit frame with even shadows. It's really that simple, and it only cost me around £30 to do, and with the results that we got, it's well worth doing. But that's all for this week guys, just a short little tip video. But remember, my name's Jono and I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to see more, and I'll see you guys next week.